Welcome back to episode 11 of Defeating Weekly. I'm your host, Craig Olson, author of Defeating the Unbeatable. Those of you finding me for the first time, welcome. I appreciate you showing up and listening to this video. Hopefully you can take something away from it. If you're willing and wanting to go back and take a look at some of my other videos, I have a YouTube page titled Defeating Weekly where you can see all my previous videos and comment on them. You could rate them, whatever it is. I love hearing from people, as well as on Facebook and my website. Reach out to me. I love having conversations about the videos. Maybe there's some things you wish I would include, or maybe it's just some dialogue that you'd like to have with me. Last week, we talked about not taking ourselves so seriously and the idea of it's okay to laugh and have some fun at our own expense. This week's episode is just going to continue kind of moving down that path and this idea of expectations versus reality. So we're going to start with a little exercise where I'm going to have you think back to a time in your life as a kid when you found out you were going on a big project. Maybe your family's taking you to Disneyland, or you're going to some other theme park, or maybe you're going to Hawaii or whatever it might be. So you're super excited, ready to go. The weeks and days leading up to it, you can hardly sleep. You're so excited. You dream about all the things you're going to do and see. Maybe you're expecting to see these famous people that you've heard have went to Disneyland or wherever you're going to. You then go on the trip, and maybe it was everything you dreamed of, but maybe it wasn't quite to that same level. That's the idea of expectations versus reality. Now, I know those are as kids, but as adults, we still do this type of thing. So it can be applied to many aspects of our lives. For instance, traveling and fun things are one situation. Similar to the example above, now as an adult, we have high expectations of fun, but then we have to deal with the crowds. We have less than stellar food, maybe car troubles, the almost inevitable of someone getting sick, among lots of other things. And these are the things that make those high expectations sometimes feel ridiculous. It's not that they're super ridiculous. It's more just that idea of realizing that those things are going to happen and being okay with them versus them shattering your trip. In the same way, we have expectations about people. We often have expectations about how a person will act in a given situation, but kind of like what we've talked about in previous episodes was the idea of we don't know what's going on in another person's life or how they're actually going to respond. We have our ideas. We can use previous situations that we've had with those people to be able to have expectations for them, but we don't know what just happened 10 minutes before they got to work. So keeping our expectations where they rightfully should be, but being realistic that sometimes those expectations are not going to be met. So that is a big key, is we need to acknowledge those. Don't lose your expectations, but think about how high your expectations might be and whether they're realistic or not. I'm going to leave you with a quote this week, and it is, there are two ways to be happy: improve your reality or lower your expectations. And that's by Jodi Picoult. I hope you have a great week. Defeat the week, and I will see you next time.